Okay, let's just change this to red. And okay, positions are pretty close. Yeah, this one's a lot closer. We're like, yeah, just gaining elo here. It goes to Trash War, yeah. Okay. So nice, we're Magyars again. It's good to stay the same Civ. It's just gonna give you some consistency. Then you can learn basically how to play the game before you learn all the Civs. Because, yeah, it's really important. Here I could expect Men at Arms. Wait, from Magyars? I don't know. I guess like Slavs is in a bit of a tricky spot. From Slavs? No, Slavs doesn't have any bonuses for Men at Arms though, so it's kind of like they have the better farms, but I don't know. I think Magyar scouts just beat Men at Arms in general, so you're not really that scared of Men at Arms as the Magyars because your scouts. Normally, Men at Arms are okay against scouts, but Magyar scouts are just so good. They just kill them. So, Magyar's the best learning civ for learning the game. Yeah, honestly, I kind of agree. You don't have any bonuses that really help you a ton, so you have to learn everything. Or, like, you don't have eco bonus, basically. So, you can't really rely on that. You have to rely on skill. Really good scouting. You know enough about your map that you can plan it out. So this kind of map where you have back gold and back berries and then 2 wood lines on the side, this is a sort of funnel map. So you can funnel to the TC here, funnel to the TC here, wall this, and then you're walled. Yeah, you can leave the front open. You can just kind of go like this and this. You have safe gold, safe berries, and then 2 wood lines. That's all you really need. And then you can expand outwards with TCs later. I really like to play like that. Or even just connect at this house. So no need to go out to these wood lines because what do you get? You get a bunch of empty space and some wood lines, but you already have wood and gold. So that's all you really need. Okay. So we're going to be pushing deer. Oh my god, pushing deer at this level too. With 0 idle TC. So it's really good. Oh, 5-second idle TC. Uh-oh. Looks like the deer push was punished. We gotta have 0. Like even 5 seconds is quite a lot. There we go. Forgive me, I pushed 1 deer. Yeah. The thing is on this level, honestly, you should just scout your opponent and think more about what the opponent's doing. Like pushing deer is so brainless, you don't learn anything from pushing deer. But if you learn to scout the opponent early, you can kind of figure out, or you can think about more how to plan what you're gonna where you're gonna attack in the next age. So it's like, if you know about his base, you're going to know the weak points. You're going to know if he has forward berries, forward gold, where his wood lines are, if he's got an early barracks coming up. There's so much information you can get from scouting. High-level players, they just don't scout as much anymore because we just already have crunched all the numbers and just have ideas of what the opponent's going to do just from the matchup and kind of scouting our own base. But it's not 100% accurate. We still get caught off guard, but yeah, I think people have kind of undervalue scouting these days. It's actually really good. 1 deer helps me with my feudal. My scouting definitely needs major work. Yeah. Ooh, 19-second idle TC. So this game was a bit rougher. Bit more rough. Because villagers take 25 seconds, so we're kind of getting close to idling for an entire villager. And yeah, 1 villager collects a lot of resources over the course of the game. Trying to go up a little too fast. Yeah, 19 needs to be pretty smooth. The standard was like 21 for a while, even in DE. And then it got pushed to 20. 20 was like pretty standard. And now 19 is, I mean, there's a reason that 19 is standard. It is good if you can use the timings properly. But honestly, at this level, just go 20 pop, chill. Don't try and hit crazy fast timings. Just try and use your units effectively. That's really the key. If you go up this fast, you need to make that second scout and you need to come forward and do damage with those first 2 scouts. There's no time to waste. 19 for scouts, 20 for Britons. Yeah. If you can pull it off, it's good. I do like how you're walling though. Could have been a little further back, but yeah, just wallow there. I hope you go to there. I hope you don't go to here. Timings is part of using units effectively though. Well, yeah. That is true, but it's not as important with scouts compared to archers. Archers are really important with the timings. Scouts, you just run around. So, first major mistake, not using the stable. Well, I would say idling the TC is the first major mistake, but this idling the TC, or idling the stable for 15 seconds or something. Still half a scout there. Yeah, we're walling. Okay. It's hard to afford walls if you go up this fast, though. So, it's like, if you go up this fast, you kind of have to choose between making more scouts or making walls. And, I mean, you don't go up fast to make walls. So, if you're going to go up this fast, I think that you don't want to be walling too much. Just resource walls are fine. Then you have more res for more scouts. And then you can use your up timing a lot faster, or a lot better. Yeah, this dude is going to die. Nice. There we go. And he can't actually have 3 in here. It's going to finish, and these villas are going to go idle. So he's going to have to actually delete that house, which is really good. Unless they stack. Yeah, look, he can't... I mean... They will get stuck. They will get stuck. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong point of view. With 4 of these, you can definitely take the spear. In this situation, if he only has 1 spear, you kill the spear and then it opens up the vills again. So you don't always have to run from spears with the scouts. 4 scouts, especially Magyar scouts, you kill the spear and then his vills are accessible to be killed. Okay. Isn't scout timing important to beat opponent walling up? Well, yeah, it is. You can always have your walls earlier, though. You can just build them in Dark Age. It's fine. These Palisade Gates. Palisade Gates are just weak points in the walls, so don't build them like this. It's bad. But yeah, we're going to go for ranged. Yeah. So if you're making a range, you have to think, okay, well, I need to be on gold for archers. You can go skirms, but skirms are just weaker than... archers when in this situation where you're up against spears and you just want to hit walling vills. Idling a lot here though. Last game looked a lot better. This game you're being a little bit mentally taxed more. I guess the opponent's a bit higher level. It's the best way to get value from scouts, and the opponent has made spears. Just run around, don't take fights against the spears unnecessarily. And if you have ranged unit follow-up, then you can just use your ranged units. Oof. You just kill them with some ranged units. Even 2 archers is all you need. 2 archers is all you need to kill, like, unlimited spears. Somewhat, kind of, if you have good micro. Run on the spears and be distracting. Exactly. If you get in, even if he has spears, you just keep running around. And if he makes 5 spears to counter your 4 scouts... You're just ahead because he just spent like just as many resources as you, and as the Magyars he spent even more. So just because you have spears doesn't mean you're in a good position against scouts, because now you have an army that only can kill scouts, whereas scouts can kill everything. Feel way more taxed when playing scouts versus archers. Yeah. So archers build order is harder, and also archers rely on timings a lot more, like upgrade timings, but. The actual units themselves, you'd probably be good at using because, well, you know how ranged units work from playing ADC. Scouts is a little bit more hard to actually get damage done with the scouts because you have to know where to send them. You have to use the mobility a lot, but the actual eco management behind it is a lot easier. And that's what makes it good to learn, is because you want to be focused on the eco management at this level, because that's kind of the foundation that you play your games on. Is if you get good at eco management, then you can play any strategy off of it, because you know how to add farms, you know how to keep your production working, you know how to build villagers, not out of the TC. Like, so working on those fundamental eco management skills is going to just allow you to learn other strategies really well. Whereas if you focus all of your attention on learning sort of a harder strategy, and you don't really have the eco management side down, well, then you kind of waste a lot of time. So, yeah, skirms got so much value. Yeah, I mean, a couple of skirms when the opponent is just full spears. Full spears are they serve one purpose, and that purpose is to hit scouts. If there's like any other unit on the field, the spears are garbage. So you can't rely on spears. That's why I switched to doing scouts. Yeah, I think it's better for learning to do scouts. And because the thing is, even if you don't do any damage, as long as you focus on the eco management, you'll be in a good spot. But unfortunately, our eco management here was a little questionable. So, yeah, we definitely needed to do that. Like the adding farms this game was a bit rough. You also didn't get the second lumber camp early, which is why you didn't have a lot of wood to make farms. And you know what? This is all stemming from that 19 uptime with the idle TC. Your eco got wrecked from going up too early. Especially if you're getting horse collar. I recommend horse collar on this level just in general for like all situations. And going up that early doesn't really allow you to get horse collar properly. So honestly, just stick to 20. Stick to 20 timing. It's going to be a lot easier to play. And I think you're going to have more success with it. For now. Have a question, please. How to make villagers automatically attack the boar when exiting the TC? You need to use the set gather point hotkey to set the rally point on it instead of right clicking. Yeah, I think it was because I was experimenting with 1 wood line versus 2. Yeah, so 1 wood line, you save that 100 wood. So what does saving 100 wood do? It allows you to, well, afford 100 wood of something else. So that could be a few farms. That could be, instead of taking 100 wood, you could take like 80 food or something, from berries or whatever, which is like another scout. So on high level, if we have 3 scouts versus 4 scouts, or 4 scouts versus 3 scouts, well, 4 scouts is going to win the fight. So sometimes the guy who got horse collar, he's going to have less military. So that means he's going to basically just not be able to put any pressure. So if you skip horse collar, it can lead to doing more damage to the opponent, but you have to really be decisive with your units. And again, we didn't put enough on gold to make knights here, but guess what? Magyars is actually pretty good at making light cav. Second stable's too late. Obviously, we want to have the stable on up. Yeah. There we go. Just looking at chat. Okay, one thing that we missed here was the bow saw upgrade as well. That's another instant click on Castle Age a lot of the time. Nice. I like your TCs though. This one, yeah, it's good. It's good here. This needed to be replenished anyways, so making the TC here is great. This one, yeah, unfortunately you couldn't get it here because of elevation, but I probably would have put it slightly closer to the wood. Well, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's only 1 wood that's really close anyways. Putting it closer to the gold is good because, well, the gold just is there for longer. So actually, yeah, this is a perfect TC location. There we go. These TCs are perfect. Potentially here. You can't put it here, but potentially here. Gold and wood is really nice. But then you have to have map control the whole game. You have to control this map with the knights. And, well, we're at the point in the game where, okay, Slavs, their farmers work faster. So, if you're spamming knights and he's spamming knights, and you don't have any unit discounts, well, the guy who is going to have more food because his farmers work faster is going to afford more knights. So that puts us in a little bit of a sticky situation if we're going to go straight knights. Yeah, monks are good, but Slav monks actually move faster too, so he could match that. That part with the TC could have been prevented. Wait, what? I was nervous I wouldn't have map control. Yeah. So, as I just was saying, Slavs should have better military here because his food economy is better. You do have free iron casting, so you save a bit of resources there. But you know what you shouldn't have done is get +2 armor. +2 armor is great when you're running under TCs or you're against crossbowmen. But it also means you're not making as many knights. So having a couple more knights here is actually better than having that upgrade because it's only 1 melee armor. And that does basically nothing against spears. But having just 2 more knights is way better than 1 melee armor in all your guys. Because if you outnumber his dudes, then it's going to just be better. Knights already have really good upgrades, so getting +1 armor on them is not the biggest deal. Oh, lucky conversion. You almost lost your dude, but Yeah. Oh, here. I pause because he's in an ad. Here we go. Little coffee break while we're chilling. Okay, I'm back. All right, nice. Okay, so what I was saying, you should not have gotten the +2 armor in this situation because that's good against crossbowmen, and it's good for running under TC because of the pierce armor. +1 pierce armor. Oh, nice. Giving him a gifted sub. There we go. That should reduce the ads. So ranged units, aka crossbowmen, and then, well, the TC as well, they do low amounts of damage. So low amount of damage means armor is really effective because reducing 5 by 1 is going to be a lot more effective than reducing 10 by 1. Knights do 10 damage. So getting melee armor against knights, not really that impactful. But having more knights that do 10 damage apiece is going to be really useful. So in early Castle Age, you really want to be making more units. And then once you have a good mass, then add upgrades. Now, as I said, getting the armor is good against crossbowmen, good against running under the TC. So if in those situations, yeah, you get the armor pretty early. Otherwise, just making units is kind of better. Just in general. Sieging against the opponent. So, as I was talking about, Slavs, their food economy is good. They have faster working farmers. As Magyars, you have no eco bonus. So, unless you're super far ahead going into Castle Age, this is never going to be really good because he's just going to make more military than you. Unless you're on 1 TC and he's on 3 TCs. If you go 3 TCs, well, you're kind of at the limit for spending resources just by keeping your TCs running. So how can we do a monk siege push with enough knights? You can't. You have to choose one or the other. It's like 3 TC knights with maybe the monastery and the siege workshop if you're up to feudal age or up to castle age a little bit later, but 1 TC. If you go 3 TCs, you really can't do all of this because you're not going to be able to produce everything. So the reason you don't have very many knights is because you have 3 TCs. So that means you're eating all of your resources into here. So if you don't have enough knights, how are you going to protect the siege? You're going to make some siege, and then it's going to die to his knights, basically. So armor isn't good against melee. Yeah, I mean, eventually you want to have it just because upgrades are good when you have higher mass because it's more effective. But it's not a priority upgrade in that situation. Like, if you're up against Karambit warriors who do basically no damage, then yeah, armor's really good against them because they do low damage. So armor is going to be better against low damage units. But generally melee units have high damage, so armor is not going to be as useful. 3 for ranged and 4 for stable. Oh, for hotkeys or control groups, okay, or something. Yeah. There we go. Watch me do it all after a 40-minute feudal. Yeah, true. Just overextending. Yeah. So it's one of those things where you don't really know how many things you can support until you get enough experience. Now, I do have an app that I wrote that will tell you how many villagers you need on each resource to maintain production. I don't know if you've seen it, but so if you want to know how many villagers you need on gold and food to maintain your stables, check the app and it'll tell you. Okay, nice. It's super useful. So then you'll know that 3 TCs. Do we have wheelbarrow? No wheelbarrow. We need 18 farmers to keep the 3 TCs running. We also need 6 farmers per stable. So we have 20 farms. So that leaves 2 on food to float food for knights. So yeah, that's not going to be enough because we need 12 on food for that. In terms of the gold, we need 7 for each stable. I don't know if we have gold mining upgrade. It doesn't really say in here, but it's 6 for each stable if we have gold mining upgrade. We have 14 on gold. Each monastery requires 5 on gold to keep running. And the siege units is, I can't remember exactly. But, yeah, you still need extra wood. Or extra wood and gold for this. Yeah, I usually don't pay too much attention to the siege for how many I need on resources. Because it's usually at that stage, it's like, okay, let's just prioritize making the siege and whatever. Way overextended. Yeah. Because really, you want to have constant production. You don't really want to stop production of your stuff until you attack. It's like, again, back to what I was talking about in the earlier replay, the order of sort of leading up to an attack generally is make a bunch of units, make upgrades, and then attack. So we want to have constant unit production, then afford the upgrades just before the attack, and then attack. Yeah, and basically after you attack, that's when you could stop unit production, for example, going to Imp or something like that. Another reason you'd stop unit production is to afford an upgrade. So if you are about to take an attack, okay, you've made a bunch of military, you're about to attack, well, queuing 2 more knights, they aren't going to even get in the battle. But you know what will impact the battle is getting an upgrade. So you can actually say, make a bunch of knights. You're going to take an attack in 30 seconds. Okay, let's get an upgrade. Upgrade comes in. Boom, take the attack. Whereas if you queued knights, they're just like already, they're still on the way across the map. So that's why we get upgrades just before the fight, because when you make the upgrade, you get it from home or whatever, like from your building, but then it affects your dudes on the field. So instead of waiting for reinforcements. Just constantly feel like I need to be doing something or add pressure. Well, you can, definitely. As the Knights player, you don't need to be here. You can pressure the sides. Like, you can go in here. You can try and run into the TC a little bit. Hitting here. Even with 2 Knights. 2 Knights to the back. At this stage, well, it's still kind of early Castle Age. You could have had more units, though. And that's another reason why you don't want to get the upgrades too early, because more units means you can split them more. Playing Knights like I'm Britain. Yeah, you're camping the hills, which is great for range units. But with mobility, if you get yourself into a sticky situation that you need to run from, well, you have mobility. You just run away. It's fine. As long as you're paying attention, obviously. So here we go. Let's move on. That was a big info dump. Opponent's going pikeman. Okay, so, well, you're making skirms, so yeah, it should be good. See, Slavs is going to go pikeman here, but I think he could have just matched your knights. With his better food economy, if he's playing just as good as you eco-wise, he can match the knights. If he goes for a counter unit, all you need to do is counter his counter unit, and then he gets wrecked. So you see these pikemen, and it's like, okay, well, let's get elite skirmisher. Beautiful. Perfect decision. Those knights should be on his backwood line. Yeah, he has pikes, though, so it's kind of hard to do too much. But, I mean, what you should have is just double the number of knights. Imagine you just have 20 knights here. Imagine you didn't invest any skirmishers, any upgrades, no monks, no mangonel, no siege workshop, no monastery. That's like double the army. You have 20 knights, and you hit a +2 timing. You get in with +2 armor, he's dead. You kill the 5 pikes with your 20 knights or whatever, send a few over here, and you just camp under CC and he loses. So there's definitely something to be said for not trying to use all of the options and just spamming knights until it doesn't work. Because I think that your skill is at the level where you can just spam knights and get to a certain elo where that just doesn't work anymore. So, yeah. Did the Motel 6 Continental Breakfast of Units. The AI composition, as we call it. AKA build one of everything. Yeah, but just straight up knight spam is probably just better at this elo. It's just fine. You don't have to worry about so many different unit types, which, I mean, you're pretty decent at controlling so many unit types, but there's definitely something to be said for just knight spam. Killing everything. Okay, and he has the pikes now, but it's only 5 pikes, so usually what knight players do here is kill the pikes, retreat the weak knights because you have mobility, because he should never kill a knight there, because you just retreat the weak ones and then you just heal on the hill. So suddenly he loses his 5 pikes, and then yeah, it takes a bit of time to heal, but you just heal them. And you're sieging, right? So if you're sieging, you want to protect the siege with your units. So you're just chilling here anyways. So I like that you're going around with a few units. I would send a knight or 2. Like, you know, you get in with a couple knights here, these vills die. A couple of scouts is kind of not the greatest. Wasn't thinking about healing with the monk. Yeah. That used to be just only a high-level technique, healing with monks, but these days it's kind of normal. Yep, he has a few knights, picks that up. Really good micro by the opponent. So what the opponent did there was he right-clicked your mangonel and then shift-queued them away. So right-click and then hold shift and click away. The knights will kill the unit and then instantly they will move. So you don't even have to micro it. It's just like boom, shift Q, and then you go and do something else. They'll kill the mangonel and then they'll run away automatically. It's really useful. Yeah. I think just committing on those monks. Yeah, you would have lost one more knight, but you would have killed the monks. So just going in there would have been good. Well, you might be able to convert this. He should delete this. In this situation, when he's definitely gonna get converted, you just delete the unit. Unfortunately, that's the best way to do it. So where it turns into Slogfest, I don't know what the next step is. Yeah. Well, the game gets really complicated from here because it's based on how many TCs you can add. You can kind of exponentially improve your economy. But yeah, again, the next benchmark, which you've already reached, 70 villagers, 30 farms. We're on 70 villas, 30 farms. We can't really push. I mean, you honestly could push. You don't even need siege. Honestly, your guys should just be hitting the walls here. Your guys should just hit the walls. You'll eventually get in, and you just will win with this army. But you can't get in because you're literally chilling on a hill. So this is good for crossbowmen if you have siege, but knights can kill the buildings. They don't even take too long, especially if you have skirms to kill repair vills. But yeah, anyways. 70 vills, 30 farms, go imp, make a castle on a forward hill, like get a castle here, make trebs. That's the next kind of basic game plan that you can just use in a lot of situations when you have map control like this. It's really good. But yeah, getting to imp for the next level of upgrades is pretty important. Oof. Feels bad, man. Don't know what happened here. Yeah, you're super far ahead economically. I don't know. Yeah, you're not actually doing anything right now. It's like you're AFK, like nothing, no production. You made a market. Okay. There we go. There's the imp. Oh, you were struggling to add a building somewhere. Okay, makes sense. Go kill the left TC and villas. Yeah, exactly. Go in here. Your knights with +2 armor, they just aren't gonna die under the TC, especially since he doesn't have fletching. Your dudes are taking 1 damage per hit. Oh wait, never mind. He has bodkin. I was looking in the wrong spot. Okay, never mind. They will take a bit of damage, but look, it's barely any damage. It's like, you don't want to hit the TC, you want to kill vills. You rarely want to actually go for the building. You generally want to just run around, kill vills, force him to just hang out in his thing. You know what beats this? All of your units. Yeah, you can just kill this. Oh, but we do need to patrol in though. What are you guys doing? Oh my god. Okay. Man, his guys got deleted. Beautiful. Thought I'd basically throw my knight lead. Yeah, the opponent wasn't even making knights though. He was making pikes, and you already have skirms. So like 12 skirms, we'll just kill unlimited pikes. What you do is you just attack. If he comes out with the pikes, you just retreat the knights and have the skirms kill the pikes. So yeah, it's fine. Yeah, he has a couple of monks, but you have enough numbers where him getting a conversion is just whatever. He gets 1 conversion, you just kill the guy and you still get in. And also you can pull back, like you hit the buildings, you pull them back when he tries to convert, and then you try and use the skirms to snipe these. Yeah, like it's kind of fine. You will win this fight. Yeah, no, you don't want to split like this though. I think you should have brute forced his army with all of your guys here and then gone for the monks after. If you split, then you lose both sides. If you had just taken the fight here, then your guys wouldn't have taken a bunch of free hits on the way to those monks, and then you would have taken a good fight. Skirms work even without the upgrades. Oh yeah, dang, we don't even have fletch. Yeah, you need fletching and bodkin here. That's a big problem. But guess what? You're imp, and you're not making any imp upgrades. Yeah, you have free blast furnace, but you need to be making imp upgrades in the next age. So, against Slavs, I mean, you should have played cav archers if you were playing optimally. Going into cav archers would have been the perfect play. Because Slavs, what is he gonna do? He's gonna have to make siege. If he makes siege, it's super immobile, and then you just make, like, hussar to kill the siege. It's fine. So cav archers is the correct play here, but they're hard to use, so it's fine. Can you tell which unit your monks are converting? So they're facing in the general direction of the unit, or they should be pretty much facing at the unit, but you can't really tell exactly. Go figure, this game CA were to work. Yeah, so generally civs that don't have access to Arbalister in the late game, and they don't have camels, you're pretty good to go CA against. So Slavs, Franks, Poles. Poles have Arb, but I mean, they don't have armor on their cavalry and their Arbs, so it's like, yeah, CA can still be good against Poles. But yeah, like cavalry civs, generally cav archers are pretty good against them. So we're getting this, but what kind of upgrade timing are we hitting? We're just getting an upgrade, but we're not able to actually use it to attack. So we need to be thinking, okay, we're gonna get this. What does this upgrade allow us to do? This upgrade allows us to raid under TCs and castle, well, not really under castles, but under TCs pretty effectively. But are we in a position to raid? We need to get the units out. Yeah, not having fletching in Bodkin was really hurting. And yeah, we needed this castle while you had map control. So we're just a little bit slow to add units here. We have maybe not enough stables. Honestly, like, you can still go Paladin here and it will still dominate, but you need to get Cavalier upgrade and, well, make units. This castle's good though. We're just gonna speed through a lot of it because there's only so much more that we can get from this replay. Floating all this resources, it's time to make Hussar. Nice. Killing that castle was huge, though. Oh, killing the blacksmith that's researching plate mail. He's not even gonna get it. Oh, wait, no, No, he's gonna get it. Could have delayed him a lot. It's whatever, though. Oh, we're stand grounds. Disaster. All right, it's fine, though. Okay. All right, so he has a bunch of champions. Champions from Slavs, they get the Drazina tech, which gives them splash damage. But champions still kind of die to heavy cavalry if he doesn't have Halbs mixed in. So Cavalier is still fine. Paladins are quite a bit better, though. They have plus 40 HP, and they do have 1 extra pierce armor. So Paladins are generally what you get against ranged units because of the pierce armor. Yeah, they get splash damage. It's actually crazy. But champions are kind of not great in general. Like, they have some uses, but they're not like a main unit like Paladins and Arbs. So yeah, the splash damage is pretty good. Especially at clearing melee units in general, right? And that's another reason why we wanted to have cav archers, because then he never actually touches the cav archers because you just hit and run. You don't have access to hand cannoneers with Magyars, so it's like Arbalister could have been good, or cav archers. We're gonna go into Paladins. I mean, if you can just make 60 Paladins, you still win, though. You just make 60 Paladins. There's still enough gold on the map, like you can take his gold to just make a big army. You have full upgrades, so yeah, you just make a big ball of Paladins and send them in. It's still gonna be good. Yeah. I think you're always scared to just use your units to attack buildings. Like, honestly, just attack buildings. You don't need siege. If you have these cavalry units, just attack the buildings with them. It's fine. I like that you are trying to raid, but we do need to get them actually to raid. Ay. You almost raided. Anyways, you'll clean this up. Paladins are really good. Wait. Oh. What happened here? You should have just won that fight. Oh, he had a lot of monks. Okay, I didn't realize he got like 7 conversions. And you know what your problem is? The units that you sent to raid, you put them on stand ground, and then you brought them back, but they were still on stand ground, so they're chilling. So, yeah. You definitely want to avoid putting stuff on stand ground too much. Sometimes it's good, but yeah, gotta be careful. I think they're hotkeyed. Yeah. Oh, I'm going backwards. Ay. Wrong hotkey. Yeah, you just have way too much economy. Like, red actually can't win because your economy is just so far ahead. All you need to do is just make units and max out. You get to 200 population and then you attack. So in this situation where you're kind of taking bad trades, 200 population and then go hit. You don't want to go too fast. That's a lot of halbs though. And guess what? His halbs also benefit from that splash damage tech. So I'm not sure if he has it, but if he does, they're really strong. I think he does. Oh, nice. He's leaving his traps unprotected. I mean, I think killing the trebs that were killing your castle probably would have been useful there too, but it's fine. It's whatever. There we go. Yeah, more skirms. I mean, skirms and cavs really good, just in general. And yeah, I mean, just look at the float, right? We can make 60 paladins and send them in. So one of the reasons that champions are created is to fight trash units. So actually, champions' main use is to kill like light cav, skirmishers, and pikemen. So you kind of need gold units generally to fight champions effectively. Weird castle on this side. Oh man, yeah, your raids kind of just dominated him though. Like, he's at 33 vills, so yeah. All you need to do is just spend through this bank and you just win. 7 stables, could be on, we want to get to closer to 10 at least. There we go, 11 ranges, you have enough ranges but not quite enough stables. And also, when you get raided, you want to pay attention to the vill count and just add more. You can always add more TCs. You have 5 TCs. It's probably okay, though. But yeah, it's just your economy is kind of dominating now. The Michi resources, yeah. So many. I think red's still playing because of the score, but we can see that the game is completely over. The score was only like that because of the KD. Red was taking way better trades, but yeah, it doesn't make up for not having enough fills. Like, look at that. Holy moly. So yeah, well played. That was exhausting. All right, let's go out. That is always exhausting.